Hi, everybody. We are about a week away from Christmas, and I wanted to come and share, not from a speech therapist perspective, but from a child's perspective, and tell you a little story to encourage next week the just the mentality and the hope and the anticipation that you have, and recognizing that for the kids and the relationships with kids that you have in your life. So I could tell you story after story about my grandparents. They were in their mid-70s and life hit, and my mom and I had to move in with them, which was a blessing. But I spent a lot of time with them while she was working and other things. And there were many, many common things that are in my day now: squash and aluminum foil and bird calls, a specific bird call, and just common everyday things that remind me of the phrases that they used to say when those things would happen, or when we were playing with those things, that really helped me remember that I was loved by them, but also that I was loved by God. But I want to share one specific story that happened with my mom and me one Christmas. And we ended up making salt door ornaments, giving them to all the teachers, decorating our whole tree with them. And this memory has stuck with me for many, many years. In fact, I would ask her if we could do it again in later years, and she would say, maybe we can, but it just wasn't, I don't know, just I felt like, it's not something she really wants to do, but it was a memory that I loved. I remember painting them. I remember watching them dry, the way that the paint would change from glistening to like the more, dried, dull, but you would see the spots where it was still wet, and sit all over the dining room table. I can remember putting the hole in them for the ribbons, and they were carousel horses and ballerinas, and of course there were reindeer and candy canes and other things. But I vividly remember every detail of being with her and doing this. When I became an adult, we had conversations about it, and she shared that it was one of the hardest Christmases that we had ever had, and that it wasn't one that she liked to remember, or did she want to ever relive. And I know that 2020 has been a hard year for a lot of people, but I also know that we can, if we tap into what God wants us to celebrate, if we remember the true meaning and the being together, and that we can get joy out of the smallest things, whether it's salt dough, or whether it's aluminum foil, or whether it's cardboard. My grandmother used to make ornaments out of cardboard, and she could make them beautiful. I think part of it was growing up in the Depression, but 2020 for a lot of people has been a year that is going to make us dig deep into our creativity. But I am just praying that we don't give up. So if it's been a good year for you, I'm begging that you also remember to do some of those small things. If it's been a good year financially for your family, still do some of those things that don't cost a lot of money. Still do some of those things to really enjoy each other's company and tap into some basic common everyday objects that can link love that you have or for your child, to remind them of that as they run into those things daily in their lives. I have posted some ideas on the Instagram and on the Playtime Facebook page. There's a whole post about just common objects in the kitchen that can be used while you're cooking, or just ways to play with everyday items that will be reminders for them in the future about the times that y'all had. And if you use those phrases of, I just love spending time with you, when they ask, why are we playing with the aluminum foil? You can say, because you make the ordinary extraordinary. And God makes the ordinary extraordinary. And God came into the ordinary to share his extraordinary with us. Merry Christmas, and I hope that y'all enjoy being together. Play well.